F.T.P. presents True Tales of the Paranormal, Chapter 2.
Hello everyone, my name is Wally, and it's just my paranormal story. This was about maybe 7 years ago. I used to work for AT&T doing alarm systems, and so I went to go install an alarm in Weatherford. And the whole house was trashed out because they were remodeling the whole house, and there was only one room that was clean. I guess they were finished with that room. So it was already around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and so I was testing out the whole alarm system, and that specific room had a window contact that wasn't working properly. It's like it was giving me false readings. So I went to go check every room before all that, and for some reason I was in the hallway trying to go to another room, but for some reason that room that was clean, it was like trying to catch my attention. I was scared. Every time I would go, I would stare at that room. And usually when stuff like that happens, that means something's trying to grab your attention. So I went into that room, the light was off, and those lights, that room didn't have a light switch. You had to go actually to the ceiling fan and pull the string down to turn on the light. So when I did that, there was a old lady sitting down on the bed. So I told her, hello, my bad, I'm here to check the contact center. And she was just staring at me. It was just a lady in a white dress. So she didn't respond back. So I went to the window, opened the window, and it was functioning right. So when I turned back around, she was gone, so I didn't think nothing of it. So then I turned off the light, went back out, went to go test the system again, and that contact was giving me a faulty sensor again. So I went in there again to go check it out, turn on the light, nobody was there. But once I turned on the light, I felt somebody grab my shoulder. And I turned around, there was nobody there. So then I started getting scared, so I checked the sensor real quick. I opened the window, it was good, it was chiming, it was doing everything. Turn off the light, that ran out. So then I went to talk to the customer, and I told her, hey, is it just me and you in this house? And she's like, yeah, just me and you. My husband's not here, he's coming from work right now. So I told her, I just seen an old lady in that room. She's like, what do you mean? Like, I just literally seen an old lady in that room. It's like, you're playing, right? Like, no. It's like, there was literally an old lady sitting on the couch, and I told her, I'm sorry, I'm ready to check the contact center, but she was just staring at me. She wasn't saying nothing. It's like, you're playing around? Like, no, like, I'm being for real. So, yeah, so the lady actually, that was the husband's grandmother. So the grandmother died in that room 2 or 3 days prior to my installation. So she was freaking out. So then the husband came home, so she told him the whole story, what happened. So he came up to me, he's like, are you sure it's my grandma? Like, I don't know how she looks. Like, right there I saw who she was, but like, I don't really know how your grandmother looks. But it was an old lady in that room. So he's like, are you serious? Like, yeah. So he starts crying. It's like, yeah, my grandmother just died in that room a few days ago. I think it was 2 or 3 days before 4th of July. So he was like, started crying. He's like, how can you see her? Like, oh, I just saw her. So whatever. So, I did my thing, finished the installation. I take off. I start driving. I look to the passenger side. The old lady's next to me staring at me. So I started freaking out. Like, what do you want? Why are you next to me? Nothing. She just staring at me. So I start crying. Like, I never actually had things following me home. When I was a kid, I used to see things all the time. But as for the first time ever, something actually followed me home. So I started crying. Started calling my mom. I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. And she's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? It's like, there's a lady next to me. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, there's an old lady next to me. She's dead. She's like, how do you know? Like, I just seen her at the house where I was just at. And the husband's wife told me that she passed away. And she's next to me. So I had an hour drive home. So the whole time she just staring at me. So I'm over like crying, scared, I didn't know what to do. She's following me. So then I had a friend that was a witch. So I ended up calling her. I don't know why I called her, but I called her. And she's like, mijo, what's wrong? Like, it sounds like you're crying. Like, I am. She's like, wait, you feel heavy. I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, I was like, what do you mean that I feel heavy? It's like your energy feels heavy. So I start crying more. She's like, what's wrong? Like, there's a lady next to me. She's like, what do you mean there's a lady next to you? Like, yes. So I told her the whole story, what happened. She's like, she's not there for bad. I like, what do you mean? Like, she's following you because she was trapped in the house. And she didn't know you. She knew you were a stranger, so you were her way out. It's like, okay, but why is she following me? She said, that, I don't know. But it's like, you were her way out. That's why it's like she was trapped in the house because all she sees is her family and this and that, so she didn't know how to get out. So once I get home or whatever, she disappears. So I go inside the house and my mom's like, what's wrong? Like, you're so pale. I'm like, Mom, I literally just seen a ghost. It's like, you could tell because you're like really white. So, you know, she ended up rubbing a web on me, you know, Mexican spiritual thing. And the egg actually came out black. I don't know why it came out black, but it came out black. So then next, you know, I fell asleep like nothing. Next day, it was gone. That's it. That's my story. Hope y'all like it.